It's tips time. Welcome to Tips. And today we'll be looking at tips for delayed adjustment to homeschooling. We know that during this quarantine, most of our children are at home because schools are out because we're in quarantine. So many parents have taken on the task of homeschooling their children. And for those who may not be fully in quarantine, they may have a caregiver that is homeschooling their children. And so they may be experiencing some challenges. And I thought today that I would do this um, feature on providing 4 tips that I think are critical for parents to utilize in helping their children to adjust to homeschooling. So the first tip is patience. That's tip number one. Patience. Parents, be reminded that your children are not in school. So they are adjusting to being at home for the entire day. Also, be reminded that their children are not used to being with you during the day. They are used to being with their teachers, their friends. They're used to having playtime with their friends. They're used to doing various activities at school that they may not be doing at home. And so, patience is important for the adjustment process for your child or for your children. And so, I am encouraging you as parents to exercise patience because if there is no patience, that will delay the adjustment process for them. And so we want them to adjust for the interim period that they will be at home. And so adjustment is critical for their functioning. So if we don't exercise patience, then that is going to impair their adjustment. So let us move on to tip number two. Tip number two, flexibility. Now, flexibility means that we are open to changing up the routine for the child. We are open to changing up the structure for the child. Remember that when they're at school, they're in a structured environment, meaning that they go to school start, they get a break period, they work again, they get a lunch period, they work again, and they are home. They are sent home rather. This is a different thing. They are at home. So at home, having access to TV, having access to gadget, having access to other items, toys that can be a distraction for them, it is going to be difficult as well. So what you have to do as parents, you have to be flexible. You have to determine how you're going to work with your child, right? Flexibility means that now you have to understand if your child is a morning child as against an afternoon child, if your child will um better do the work in the morning or best do the work in the afternoon. So that those are things that you have to kind of find out about your child. So this quarantine give you the opportunity to also study your children, study their personality, study their work type, study when they are high and when they are low. So you know their high periods and their low periods. That is tip number two. So you have to be flexible, right? So patience, then flexibility. Now, our third tip is involvement. I like this tip also because what this is saying that the child's voice or the children's voice is being heard because they are involved in the process of their homeschooling. So they can give you ideas as to how they want the homeschool to go for them, right? And they will feel good that their opinion is valued, that their opinion is heard. Oftentimes we don't listen to our children, we don't give them opportunity to share their opinions, and even if they share it, we shut it down. This is not a time for that. This is a time now when we are going to engage the child or engage the children. And so we're going to hear their views, hear their opinions, and then now we can work best with them when they are involved because our children like to know that their opinion is valued. And so we go to tip number four. And tip number four is my boom tip for the day. reinforcement. I am big on reinforcement. I believe that children ought to receive reinforcement when they're on task, when they do good, when they get things right, when they are successful. And so reinforcement is a powerful tool that brings success for our children. And so parents, reinforce your child. So when your child have had a successful homeschool day, give them a high five, give them a verbal praise. If you can, give them a tangible item, give them extra time on gadget, give them extra TV time, give them extra cartoon time, you know, give them extra time to talk to their friends via WhatsApp or Skype or Zoom or whatever medium, but give them reinforcement, because when you provide reinforcement for your children, then they will be more likely to continue the behavior. Because what reinforcement does is that when the child get the reinforcement, it will allow the child to want to continue doing good, because the reinforcer is a powerful tool that affirms the child, and so the child would want to continue doing good. So today I want to leave with you these 4 tips so that you can utilize them to work with your children. And so, as you work with your children, you will get the best out of them, and they will know that you are their number one supporter. You are their biggest supporter. So, I hope these 4 tips are good and useful for you. And I want you to subscribe to this channel and put in the comment section what other topics you would want to be discussed, right? And that's it for your tips for today.